Hi, I'm Elizabeth Fry. I'm the broker owner of Intero Real Estate in Vacaville, California. I've had a successful 40-year career in real estate, and part of that success has been dependent upon having the right partners in place. And today I have our trusted mortgage broker with Mortgage Masters here to talk about what is the environment for the interest rates at this point and what opportunities are available right now. So welcome, Christopher.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. My name is Christopher Marusich. I'm with Mortgage Masters of California, located in Vacaville. And I have the pleasure and honor of helping Elizabeth Fry, her amazing team at Intero Real Estate Services. So, as of today, today is actually a great day. Yesterday, the FOMC meeting happened with the Federal Reserve, and Jerome Powell stated that inflation was it looks to be pretty under control now, and we are definitely likely anticipating a rate decrease coming up in September of next month. So that'll be an amazing milestone if that happens. The real estate market in Vacaville and a lot of the Bay Area counties is very healthy right now. I would say that we're still in a market where we're going to marry the house and date the rate with the anticipation that we're going to hopefully have some lower interest rates coming into next year. Having said that, there are particular products out there that are going to give clients better rates in comparison to, say, conventional conforming loans, jumbo loans, what most people are looking at when they purchase a home, and those are wonderful loans. But VA loans, which are veteran affair loans that are given to those who either actively serve or a veteran who have served in a section of the armed forces of the United States, they get the best rates, and they should. Thank you so much for your service, everybody in that arena. And VA loans in particular actually have rates right now in the fives, which is amazing. And that goes for purchase money loans if someone's looking to make a home purchase. That also goes for what we call an interest rate reduction refinance loan, which is a VA streamline loan. And in running that type of loan today for vets that already own their home, have a VA loan, if your interest rate is 5.75% or higher, in running the numbers as of today, after the betterment we've had, I'm able to help people close a VA IRRRL with no lender costs at a 5.25% rate. So
Wow,
pretty good for
that's
today's
incredible
day
right
and
there.
age, and we haven't seen that in a little bit.
Right. So, does that go as well with FHA loans too, to be able to do those refinances?
Yes, it does. And it's so both an FHA loan and a VA loan, those are both government loans. As of right now, there is a incentive with a particular lender that I do broker a lot of my loans with, called United Wholesale Mortgage. And their incentive lasts until September 2nd, but it is thousands of dollars of incentive being applied so that mortgage brokers and mortgage brokers only, like myself, are able to help our vets and those of whom have FHA loans and do what's called a streamline refinance. It's literally one of the easiest loans that can be done in the sense of there's no income documentation. It's just identification, mortgage statement, and your insurance. And the government looks at the loan and says, hey, your rate's at 6%, and we're lowering it to 5.25%. That's 75 basis points betterment, and your payment's going to be decreased by X amount, stamp of approval.
That's
There's
great.
other,
Does the
yeah, yes.
incentives include, is that bringing down the interest rate? What exactly are those incentives doing? When you said it makes it easier, so what specifically, what does that do?
Well, so the incentive itself is actually bringing down the pricing so that we're able to come in and I can actually say, as of today, I can help you lower your rate down to 5.25% with a credit score of 660 or higher.
Wow.
And an incentive is thousands of dollars that are given to those that are in these loans, our veterans and active duty servicemen and women, in addition to those that are in FHA products. And the streamline is exactly what it means in the word. It's a lot less cumbersome, not needing to do income documentation. We literally do a soft mortgage pull, so there's not a hard pull on the credit. And it's the mortgage statement, your California driver's license, and then your insurance. And all the rest of the stuff would be taken care of on the back end with the processing and title work that myself, my team, and the title company that we'd work with, handle.
Can you share what the lowest FICO score would qualify for this? I mean, as far as the
Absolutely. So when we say low FICO score, I would say as far because every situation's different, right? So even with a credit score lower than 580, I've helped out people with VA loans and FHA loans. I've helped out folks as long as your score is above a 500 and we have an approved eligible. Even if we don't have an approved eligible, there's something called manual underwriting that we can undertake. And not to get too deep in the weeds, a good baseline would be a 580 credit score or above is really going to likely help make something work as long as someone's interest rate is 5.75 or 6% or higher around that range.
Could you expand into what opportunities are out there for VA purchases? Because VAs has different roles than conventional or FHA. So, jumbo financing, for example. I don't know if everybody knows what they can do with the VA loan if they're eligible.
Absolutely. So that VA is an amazing loan in itself that it has low interest rates compared to other loan products. There's no mortgage insurance attached to it. A veteran or active duty serviceman or woman is able to do 100% financing when they purchase. Going about the loan limits, there's a loan limit for every county, and all of us have to abide by those loan limits, and VA does as well. But there are VA jumbo loans that have almost the same, if not the same pricing, depending on the lender you go to, and they have different maximum loan amounts. The one in particular that I always mention is someone who is VA can go up to a $4 million loan amount in Solano County, 100% financing, income qualifying, of course. I have worked with doctors that have served. I have worked with, doesn't matter the profession. It just matters as income qualifying, and as long as you're going to occupy the house as your primary residence, we run a certificate of eligibility on Veteran Affairs, and all the boxes are checked. You'd be eligible for a VA loan and get VA financing. So a lot of people don't know that.
Mhm.
Income qualifying is the key. We can all, depending on the circumstance too, it's one of the only loans where if someone has a lot of debts, if you got a good credit score, you may be able to exceed the threshold of a normal, what we call debt to income scenario. I have closed VA loans in the where a conventional loan could not have been done. A VA loan can. It's literally a case by case basis that Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac will run in their system, and based on their algorithms and everything else, and the credit is a huge component to this. Also reserves, which are bank, money in the bank and things like that can help. But that can mean the difference between doing the loan or not. And as I said, it's the least we can do for our servicemen and women who have served, and they do deserve the best.
Right. What about first-time home buyers? What are their options right now? Do you think special going on?
So for first-time home buyers, there's always down payment assistance. If someone needs help with getting collateral to do a down payment, that's a first-time home buyer perk. I do tell everybody there's no such thing as a free lunch, and I mean that respectfully. So we would always look at other options prior to going to down payment assistance, if we're able to, and that is 3% down if we were to go conventional, or 3.5% down if we were to go FHA.
What
So
about helping kids get into houses? I know a lot of parents right now are helping their kids get into houses. What are you seeing with that? What's that help look like?
So the help, it's actually quite simple. It is loan specific. So we wouldn't be able to do VA unless, of course, it's for gift funds. So there's, as far as income qualifying, there's not any non-occupying co-signers allowed on there. FHA there is. It is different if it's a family member or not. But with conventional, I have done many. I actually just closed one last month where a family member came in as a non-occupying co-signer on a FHA loan, so that he was able to make the purchase ultimately.
Mhm.
And that quite simply means that the primary borrower is going to occupy as the primary residence, and that if they have a family member, or potentially, depending on down payment, someone else that says, "Hey, I love you. I want to help you out. This is a big milestone." They can come in. We run credit, do their income qualifying, and they may be eligible. Because that may be a game changer for them to actually purchase, because they have someone that can come in to help them in that
Right.
aspect.
And there may be a home equity share agreement so that everything is considered ahead of time, like what happens when the property is sold or somebody passes away. There could be some type of agreement in there. Maybe there's other siblings that the parent would want to have taken care of at the time. So there's all kinds of different ways of handling a family arrangement. Of course, trust and so on too. But it does make a big difference to kids to be able to get into houses, getting any kind of down payment assistance, well, by gift funds or by signing as a co-borrower. A
Yeah,
lot of opportunity there
absolutely.
that a lot of people don't realize.
It can mean the difference between buying a house and not. Never underestimate the power of family. The family unit is key, and a home is the foundation of a family. So whether it's immediate family or extended family, you'd be pleasantly surprised as to how many wonderful family members are out there that are willing to help.
Awesome. Well, Christopher, you help a lot of our clients as well as many other people all the time. We really appreciate everything that you do. Like I said earlier, Christopher is our trusted lender. So we feel very confident when we refer him to our clients that they're going to get the best care, the best service, because Christopher really does care and he wants to make sure that ultimately the buyer gets the home and they get it at the best price and terms, as we all work together to do that. And thank you so much, Christopher. Do you have anything else you want to talk about in the general real estate loan market?
Sure. No, and I can't thank you enough, Liz. So kind. You're too kind. Thank you. I would say the big thing I would like to mention, and how, what a mortgage broker is in comparison to, a normal loan officer, a direct lender, or
Right.
if you go to a bank, because there is a difference. I came from that arena,
Mhm.
and I became a mortgage broker because we do have access to some of the most competitive interest rates that exist in the mortgage marketplace. We're a direct conduit to a variety of lenders. So in being such, we can shop for the client and find out, hey, what product is best?
Right.
Which one does have the best interest rate as far as the lenders that we go with, and what we're able to do with that
Right.
that is amazing. As far as my business model, it is my own corporation, and how I run my business. So I pride myself in helping clients close loans with the least amount of cost. I do not, if I can control it about 95% of the time, depending if it's down payment assistance, sometimes I can't. But normally, 95% plus of the time, I don't charge my clients any underwriting fees. That usually saves them about $1,500 to $2,000, more or less on average. I don't charge them any processing fees. That usually saves people 500 to $1,000, more or less. Again, it all adds up. The only lender costs that I charge my clients, it would be the cost of the appraisal, if it's needed, of course. Cost of the credit report. There's some tiny ones like tax cert, flood cert, things like that. And lastly, if someone wants to buy down the interest rate, would be a lender cost. Everything else is really, establishing property taxes if that's needed, insurance, title, things like that. But in this environment, when let's admit it, there's definitely have been some inflation. It's so wonderful to be able to provide that for clients,
Yes.
and I do feel that that's a huge differentiating factor for a lot of families. Whether hey, do we want to get into this or not? There's a lot of costs associated for it. At least I'm able to take care of that on my end as best as I can, so that the clients are happy and they can hopefully buy a house.
Yeah, the other thing that I wanted to point out is, as people know, we do a lot of non-conforming type of properties, like we sell land. We had a client that got a construction loan, VA construction loan recently to develop a piece of property that they bought. We have ag type properties, rural residential, mixed use. I mean, all those types of properties require a different type of loan. So Christopher's able through his brokerage to be able to shop and find the right loan for the right property and the right people. So
Absolutely.
yeah, works out really good for all.
Thank
For
you so
everybody.
much. That's absolutely correct. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for joining us today. And in closing, I guess if you have any questions, you can call Christopher. We will put Christopher's information somewhere on this post. This is our first Zoom interview that we've done. So Christopher, you just want to give your phone number out so people could call you?
Absolutely. So my direct line is 707-372-0433. And you can also reach out to Team Elizabeth Fry, and they can connect you with me. Elizabeth Fry, her amazing real estate team, and myself would be honored to help anybody. We'd love to be a real estate resource to all of you. So thank you again so much, Liz, for having us,
All right.
or for having me, I should say.
All right. Thank you so much.